Aesop's Stories for Little Children is a cute little collection of stories that are short, darlingly illustrated, and not a whole lot of text, so it'll keep your little one's interest. And then at the end, of course, you can turn it into a teaching experience and a learning experience by explaining the moral to that fable. And then at the end of each story, the moral is pulled out in a larger font so you can highlight that and explain further if needed. And this is our collection of just so stories for little children. Have you ever wondered why kangaroos are so jumpy, or why the camel is so humpy, or how leopards get their spots? In this book, there is 6 wonderfully illustrated tales. They have been adapted in this collection of Rudyard Kipling's delightful just so stories. They will make great stories and gifts for young and old readers alike, and the illustrations are just fabulous. Our 5-minute bedtime stories is always a crowd favorite, for the parents especially. It's a heartwarming collection, 11 gentle animal stories, all perfect for sharing together right before bed. With enchanting illustrations and just the right length for the end of a busy day, this will become a surefire favorite. The Forgotten Fairy Tales of Brave and Brilliant Girls is a collection of 8 folk and fairy tales that have not been passed on the same as the more widely known fairy tales, such as Cinderella. But in this series, after their heroic and clever deeds, the girls don't always end up getting married and settling down. They go off and have other adventures of their own. Every story may not end in an instant marriage, but good triumphs over evil, and there is always a happy ending. We have several illustrated originals. We've got Treasure Island, we have The Odyssey, there's Little Women. This one is White Fang. These are the unabridged versions. They are the entire version of the story, but there are a couple of illustrations throughout. It's not heavy on the pictures, so it's for the older kids, but it just gives enough so you can kind of scene set. But I love the look of the pages, and they feel really slick. It's a thick cardstock cover. And then last but not least, I want to show you the complete Shakespeare. We do have some on Dickens, but this is the Shakespeare. This one will retell the stories in a way that's a lot easier to understand the plot lines. So it's not in actual Shakespeare speak, we'll say. But it's still amazing vocabulary. Like, it's not for young kids, because it'll go way over their head. But there's just enough illustration, and they introduce all the characters, so it's a little bit easier to follow. And I keep meaning to read these because I want to become familiar with him a little bit more. So it's the stories from all the plays.